Hello, time-traveling tubers, and welcome back to Blue tests out a mechanic that he should have learned about a long time ago, but this is his last chance, so here we go. Whatever, Lobotomy Corporation, Blue, live, you get the drill. If you're 45 or so episodes in at this point, you know what's going on. Maybe better than I do. So last episode, we finished our extraction quests and purchased the last facility, but I did do some double checking. It feels like the game is just missing one day. Basically, we have one more day before we get locked into the end set. I don't want to spoil anything, but the last set of events. And we only have one more, essentially day 45 is the last day we can do what we want to do. We could technically do Hawkma's suppression on day 45. But every 5 days, 1s and 6s, we get the memory imprint. So as soon as we finished, the game would save and it would reset that checkpoint to 46, which means we could not go back. Also, on memory imprint days, you can't even do suppressions, so that would stop us from doing this one anyway. But even regardless, days 46 and plus, you can't do suppressions anyway because you're in the end game. Another callback. So, essentially, if you want to, as far as I understand, if you want to finish without restarting from day 1, which again, we could do, and this time, you would actually for sure have enough time for these, I think. What we're going to try is to reload, essentially, a checkpoint from the memory repository. It tells you a little bit here. The encyclopedia is saved. The ego weapons and armor is saved. Not so much the ego gifts. And you will go back. As far as I understand, this should save all of our quest progression, our ego weapon and armor stockpile, any information on abnormalities like observation levels. All that is retained, but it's going to reset our employees and their ego gifts back to day 41 in this case. And that also resets the rooms. So like, you know, if you've only unlocked 4 out of 5 rooms in one department, it'll reset back to that point. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do this twice to actually do both core suppressions. But once we've done both core suppressions, we'll actually be able to finish the game, assumedly. So here goes nothing. I haven't ever really tried it, but it's kind of complicated, and I did some reading, and chat's tried to help me out a little bit, so let's give it a shot. I'm probably overcomplicating it, but anyway, there we are. So we're back to day 41. Things don't look that different. But you can see now both core suppressions conditions are ready to go. We'll also be able to reselect some abnormalities, so there's that. But we already have, and we would not have had these on day 41. We already have all the quests completed for all this stuff. The reason we haven't unlocked this is unfortunate, but there's nothing you can really do. The reason we can't we haven't unlocked this is that we didn't get all 5 departments unlocked, and you can't do that before day 44 anyway. So, or at least you can't do both between day 44. So I think the way it works is you have to get one, on your first cycle through, you have to get one of these 2 unlocked and suppress it if you can. But then you have to go back and then do the other one. And there might be a way to do it with 1 reset, but I think I had to do 2, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, because this is a memory imprint day as a 41 or a 46, we can't do it today. But we're going to do one easy day, although I should probably do a little bit of setup. I feel like we don't have a whole lot of employees. I do feel bad in the sense that it kind of breaks the continuity of who has what equipment and stats and stuff, because anything that happened between day 41 and 45 is sort of deleted, like all those cool gifts we had. So that sucks. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing it. It messes up our characters a little bit, and I am going to have a very difficult time figuring out exactly who is alive or dead in this current timeline. That said, there is one person in chat that was requesting to be hired, so I will add them in because they sort of got snapped. And as we get more lobotomy points, I will bring more people in as well. So this will be tuned, and we're actually going to revert you back to 0.9 because you're actually back in time now. You're not even forward in time. So no specific preference for hair or eyes. You don't even get a mouth. There you go. And at least we've got a couple more people sitting around. All that to say, this shouldn't be particularly difficult. The suppression might be scary, but we do have a couple days to get it done. The trick, I think, will be more around, well, the suppression. The rest of the stuff should be easy. What I want to do here is check the ego list. So I expect it messed with all of our equipment. Yeah. Because, you know, people that had stuff equipped have now been snapped. So let's just make sure anyone has Aleph gear, and we're not going to spend a whole lot of time microing, but let's just, you know, give everyone some basic stuff. When I am preparing for the suppression, we'll do some more min-maxing for that. Well, min-maxing, you know what I mean. We'll do some micromanagement. Oh yeah, we totally decided that I was supposed to have the Twilight gear. So, it's very important that I have that. It is nice having all this stuff. We've got a pretty awesome suite of weaponry nowadays. Really, we're just short on employees by the looks of things. So Hades here has some pretty good stats. We'll upgrade to Aleph for them. And Sotraz is by himself, so he should probably get some Aleph tier as well. And then someone in the info team. Nice to see. Look, Casco's alive. He was in chat a little while ago, but he's back. he's been revived. And that's all of our Aleph gear. So basically, I don't like using these allied damaging weapons so much, so let's get rid of them. Fella can equip something like that. It's cool. Pixel will give him... Oh, that's right. A lot of these people don't have the stats to equip these things. Can you equip... Yeah, these things take level 5 and Fortitude 5. Yeah, so we gotta get some more Fortitude on these guys. So we'll have to go with some Wa tier for these guys. That's not too surprising. Oh yeah, we gotta be careful with the Feather. So remember, Feather of Honor, not great in the training team specifically because of the Snow Queen. Let's switch over to stuff like Lamp, just so it's a bit safer. And we'll give Casco something. The Lamp stuff's pretty good. The Lamp weapon itself is also pretty nice with the damage vulnerability. And Zmiek, I'm pretty sure he died in the alternate timeline. We'll give him a cool feather and just try not to send him with the Snow Queen. I'll probably forget. And then Tuned, also unsnapped now. Let's go with, you wanted a gun? I don't have a lot of good guns, unfortunately. Basically, the best Wa gun we've got is Solemn Vow, and it's not that good. You'd probably be better off with a feather, but yeah, it's fine. And we'll give you, I do like this set. Oh, Justice 4, too much. Gold Rush it is. Alright, that's enough for now. It's fairly likely that we'll have to reset to day 41 another time, so there's no use really getting too excited about everyone's stats. It's kind of weird restarting like that, but this should handle it. So day 41, the second try, is just going to be a quick day, nothing really exciting to do. I don't really think there's any specific targets for the day. This would be the new abnormality. The first time we got to day 41, this guy would have been brand new, but we've retained all of our information and weapons and stuff. So really, we're just trying to get energy here, which should not take very long. So we'll just kind of zip through it. Because there's basically no point in grinding... what am I trying to say? There's no real point in grinding E-boxes, PE boxes, or character stats. There's not a lot of reason to stick around. or like specifically train the newbies. Like that's kind of the trouble. You know, we bring tuned in, but there's not a lot of use for tuned because if I'm planning on doing another memory repository reload, then he'll disappear again. It's just weird. It's definitely a different way to look at the game. It's probably it probably throws me off just enough that I don't really like the memory imprint mechanic. Sorry, Crimson Tier is not allowed. It's any weapon that can kill your allies is basically banned. We almost never equip the magic bullet from their free shoots either. I mean, technically Faith has it right now, but that's a special deal. That's a special deal. Oh, let's speed this up a little. We're just gonna queue up a bunch of stuff upstairs. Because why not? We'll get a little meltdown, but it shouldn't be anything to stress out about. I keep falling back to automatic, like, give people the jobs that lets them grow their stats efficiently, but it's kind of weird right now because it just doesn't matter. We used to use the, because we got the big bad wolf pretty early, we used his weapon quite a lot. It was our first, I think it was our first WA. So getting his cool claw nice and early was pretty fun. But once we realized how it worked with the when the wielder is below 50% HP, it was quickly like, we don't really like this thing, so it ended up getting benched. And then we had the same problem with eventually Little Reds, because it's basically the same mechanic. Always forget what to use on Big Bird. Emotions. He likes temperance. Alright, so Violet Dawn, as always, nothing to really stress out about too much. We're pretty low on employees. I wish we had more employees. I would have preferred to keep it around 2 or 3 per department, but clearly we've had some losses along the way. But even the places with only 1 employee should be fine because, I mean, these guys are pretty easy. Yeah, the bird, I don't know who it was picking on. It's supposed to be Toon's job, or at least the original Toon was tasked with delaying Punishing Bird. I guess we'll let Zemek go see One Sin to set off the day. Alright. Purple worms. Ooh, we get a noon right away as well. Now, I have had a situation. Let's not use Faith. Let's keep her over here. I have had this situation where I missed one of these before, and they released this hallway with both those at the same time. So that was fun. But almost always, the Purple Dawn is pretty easy to handle. Just don't miss one that's in your Aleph hallway, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Sort of a game of who can play the longest without missing one thing and having everyone die. Alright, we're looking pretty solid, I think. Yeah. Alright, one done. The next one won't be very much more difficult. And I wouldn't be surprised that after the noon ordeal we'll be nearly done on energy anyway. Let me just keep track. Oh, oh. Well, you know what time it is. It's tuned o'clock. I got one more job to set up before we prep for the noon. It's a very important job. Prestigious, even. I mean, if no one blocks this hallway, the bird will just spend half a mission just flying around, pecking, and flying around and pecking. I mean, I don't think it does any actual damage. It's really more annoying than dangerous. I think if you're like level 1 with no armor and like 20 HP or less, it might be able to kill you at that point, but even still. Alright, let's see. I guess after all that pecking, you should go make friends with it with a gadget. Alright, we got another sweeper. Where are they? Group here, group there. Worst case scenario would be, I don't know, a bunch of janitors die, mountain gets out. That's always the worst case scenario. So I don't have a lot of employees heading to this group right now. So this is probably the most likely to have a lot of employee deaths of the facility. Let's just spend some bullets here. It takes a little bit of time to clear these hallways out, but it will take more time if the mountain breaks out and something else or whatever. One, two, three, four. Yeah, that's it. Alright, there's a relatively good group there. Shouldn't take too long. This group is essentially just 2 people, but they do have Aleph weapons, so... I mean... The janitors just run to their death. It's kind of insane. Alright, we're good. We're good. And it looks like we lost maybe somewhere between 5 and 9 in janitors. But I think that'll pretty much set it up. We should be good for this quick little mission. Kind of nice to have an easy day, I suppose. You get so used to those big long ones with a million things to do that it's kind of like a day off. Punishing bird again? Oh man. The bird will just not give you a break. I think I'll probably have to go through one more meltdown. But after that would be done. I don't know if it's worth wasting time though, Thorinum, to train up. Because I'm pretty sure we have to reset anyway. One more time to actually, like... We need to survive this suppression, sure. But after that, it doesn't really matter who survives, because I think we're going back to day 41 again. So even if we survive with one person, we're just going to memory imprint right away. And then try to get this one done. I think. If there's a way to do both of them on this cycle, you can try to explain it to me. But I have a feeling we're going to have to reset one more time. Alright, this will give us enough energy, surely. I mean, I could be wrong, Thorinum. I am not really experienced with the late game. I don't think anything we do here really matters because we're probably resetting. If I'm wrong, well, you know, there's always next time. So we might as well have a quick day, and then the next day will be... Should I try it? I guess I should try it tonight at least once. Haha! I mean, honestly, we probably should take it to try to get its gear, so that if we do have to reset, that's another set of Aleph. I don't remember if I know. I don't think I know this one at all. At least I don't recognize it. Reroll? We could reroll, but what do we want? Like, what are we trying to get? Optimally, the more Aleph gear you have, the better you are at fighting things. And not dying. And like, what would I possibly want? Something easy or something that makes us stronger? This isn't particularly difficult. It's kind of an interesting mechanic. And if I am going to reload, I might as well get this out of the way on a timeline that we reset. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Thorinum. If we get the armor and weapons out of it, which are nice, like, I'm not trying to do, like, people, there was someone earlier that would really happy, like, they're like, Blue, you got to get this armor, it's amazing white armor, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but it's a pain in the neck. So I would still like to get it, and then we just memory imprint out, probably. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself. All right, so one thing that saves us some time is we've already done all this conversation, so we don't have to do any of this anymore. All right, so we do this, bingo bango. The next day can be that suppression. So I thought we were going to do it on day 41, and then I thought we were going to do it on day 42. It's actually going to be day 43. So I suppose for the future tubers, we'll just do a 2-day episode, because that last one was pretty quick. Oh, wait. No, it's ready to go. We could do it right now. Also, oh, we haven't unlocked the rooms over here yet, so we don't even get it until we buy the 3rd room. Right. Okay, we're going to end the episode. We're going to focus on this first. We're going to try this. If we can't win it, then we can do 43, unlock, 44, farm, and then 45 will be reset again. There's going to be so many resets. This is going to be really, really complicated. But hopefully we can just do the suppression next time. And I think the only way we're going to be able to suppress this one is to reset to day 41. And instead of taking slot 5, we take slot 3. And then on 43, slot 4. And then on, like, I think it's just enough time that we might be able to do this. But we have to start by 41 again. Kind of a pain. Anyway, future tubers, that was a short one. But next time, we're up for some fun. So hang in there, and I'll see you next time. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.